Hi, my name is John. Have you wondered if your tree is hazardous? I want to share 3 things for you to consider regarding tree hazard assessment in an urban environment. It has been estimated that a skilled and experienced arborist can predict more than 50% of tree failures before they happen. If you need an arborist with an orientation towards responsible tree preservation that can help you with a hazard assessment on your trees, reach out to us on our website for a free consultation. Here's some items to consider in this space. Consideration number 1, a homeowner's risk tolerance impacts the value of preventative maintenance. Preventative tree work is a little bit like buying insurance. Some people have more, some people have less, some people have none. It depends on risk tolerance and discretionary cash flow. People's experience and paradigms can influence the value they put on insurance. Preventative tree work is similar to insurance. A homeowner's risk disposition, discretionary cash flow can influence the value they place on preventative tree work. Each home is different on its values and financial priorities. Consideration number 2, target existence. One of the primary differences between hazard consideration in a rural forest management and urban forest management is the occupancy of a target. In other words, people. Let's say you have a tree in the forest that is in terrible shape and highly likelihood for failure within a few short months. If the tree has no target because no one is hardly around it except for maybe less than an hour a year, it might not be a hazardous tree. Let's contrast that forest green space tree in bad health and structural condition with an urban tree that is a fraction, 1/100th as likely for failure, but is near a structure. If we were to break a hazard level dialogue into a simple math equation, it might look like this. The hazard level is equal to the likelihood of failure, one component, times the occupancy of a target, another component. The existence of a target would substantially increase the hazard probability. This is because a structure is present 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. For reference, there is approximately 8,700 hours in a year. So if you have a target that is 8,700 times more occupied than a tree in the middle of a green space forest, that maybe someone is under the tree for less than an hour a year, it makes the hazard level of a tree in an urban environment different than a tree in a forested environment. A urban tree that is 1/100th as likely to fail than a corresponding green space tree might still be 87 times higher hazard level than the green space tree. The point of the exercise is awareness. Being aware that occupancy of target impacts the likelihood of trees creating a problem. Trees in proximity to homes, play areas, docks, and streets might be given higher priority due to the increased occupancy rates. This information can be used to prioritize possible preventive maintenance tree work based on a tree's proximity to targets. Consideration number 3, likelihood of failure. Different species will have certain common failure scenarios. Some trees, when they get to a certain age class, are more susceptible to a high wind condition. Some trees are more likely to have the tops blown off. In some cases, certain branches that are too long over structures are the most probable sections for failure. Some trees have problems in snow and ice conditions. A deciduous tree might be more susceptible to failure when the leaves just come on the trees or right after the spring growth. A skilled arborist can take into consideration the form of the tree, the occupancy of the target, and give a homeowner input on the most probable tree failure scenarios. It goes without saying that having an arborist as a trusted advisor with an exhibited philosophy and orientation towards responsible tree preservation is very valuable. In conclusion, occupancy of targets should be considered when assessing hazards. A skilled and experienced arborist can anticipate by looking at the type of species and how it commonly responds in storm conditions and provide mitigation recommendations. But the decision to perform or not perform those mitigation recommendations varies from house to house. In the same way, insurance levels vary from house to house. If you found the video was helpful, hit the like button. If you're looking for more information on how to care for your trees, subscribe to our channel.